contrast from this game to what we saw last night. What did Kikuchi do to keep you guys quiet offensively?
Well, I think he moved the ball around and made good pitches when he had to. I think we had some good at bats off him, and we forced him to work and get some guys on base. And ultimately, when it came down to getting a big hit and driving in some runs, we probably missed a couple of opportunities, but ultimately I thought our at-bats were fine, and on a different day maybe the result is different, but he did a nice job out there mixing things up, and he threw some good sliders with 2 strikes and came in on some righties and did some good things, though, for sure.
And overall, this series very impressive. I'm sure it's not tough to be disappointed after one loss, considering what you guys did this whole series long.
No, it's all part of it, and I think this was a good positive series for us as a whole. We could look up and down the lineup. We could look at a bunch of our arms and say that this was quality work that we put in, and we'll move on and head to Anaheim.
It almost seems strange. Kyle will get there into that 5th with a run or no runs. His pitches, he's efficient. He's around 50 to 60. But then the 5th inning, do you see anything different? It's been, it's happened a couple times, obviously.
I can't tell you exactly what's happening. I think there would be a question for him. But again, he was efficient. He pitched well. He really did pitch well going into that point in the game. It's really just a question of continuing to execute the way that he has. He shows that he can certainly do it. We see it for not just spurts. We see it for long periods of time. He's a guy that can command the ball and can get the ball to do what he wants. And I think it's probably more, probably more coincidence than anything, the way it's kind of played out this year for him. But I do think it's something where it just comes down to, continuing to execute pitches in the middle of the game when you're seeing hitters again for the, 3rd time or 4th time. And, you just have to continue to make the same pitches you made early on.
Did you go out there both times to talk to the plate ump about the play with Luis?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Scott Barry is a quality umpire, and he wanted to actually talk about what we had talked about the inning before. Those are very, very tough plays. The way that the rule is written, there's not a lot of leeway, and the way the rule is written, it almost doesn't feel right, but it is. We have to play by the rules, and obviously the base is in fair territory, and you have to run in foul territory. And if there's contact with the ball, there's there's not a lot to debate or argue unless the player is fully in foul territory while he's running down the line. So, in my opinion, although Louis was called out, I don't think he does anything wrong. It's natural to just run straight and try to touch the bag, which is all he did. No one believes he was trying to interfere with anything going on, but the way the play kind of went, I think the call was probably right. The call was right.
Was it like the rest of Louis' day? He looks like a big leaguer already, doesn't he?
He does, and he has major league quality at bats. We talked about it before. I'm sure we'll talk about it again, but to see such a young guy go up there with such tremendous feel for the strike zone and for the barrel, it's fun to see. You don't see it. You don't see that level of maturity in the box from very many guys at that age.